Good morning students, welcome to our online class subject Social Science class 6 unit 1 the Sangam age. In last previous section what did we see children? We saw about the Sangam age and also we saw about the different types of sources, literatures, coins and also inscriptions. Yes, I think everyone are clear with this. Then also we saw about the Moovendars, the three great kings, that is the Cheras, Cholas and the Pandyas. Yes, we saw everything in detail and also we saw about the minor chieftains and the royal insignias. Yes. So up to this we have finished in the last session and today we are going to continue the next session of this class, that is about the administrative system and the socio-economic conditions. Yes. Shall we continue children? Yes.
The king's court was called Arasavai. The king occupied a ceremonious throne in the court called Ariyanai. In the court, the king was surrounded by officials, distinguished visitors and court poets. The rulers had fivefold duties. They were encouraging learning, performing rituals, presenting gifts, protecting people and punishing the criminals. Ambassadors were employed by the kings. They play a significant role. The king was assisted by a number of officials. They were divided into Aimberunguru, that is 5-member committee, and Emberayam, 8-member group. Army. The king's army consisted of 4 divisions, namely infantry, cavalry, elephants and chariot force. The army was known as Padai. The chief of the army was known as Thanai Talaivan. The prominent weapons used during this period were sword, kedayam, tomaram, spears, bows and arrows. Tomaram is mentioned as a missile to be thrown at the enemy from a distance. Law and justice. The king was the final authority for appeal. In the capital town, the court of justice was called Avai. In the villages, Mandram served as a place for dispensing justice. In civil cases, the method of trial followed was to call upon the plaintiff to thrust his hand into a pot containing a cobra. If the cobra bit him, he was sentenced. If the cobra did not bite him, he was considered innocent and acquitted. Punishment was always severe. Execution was ordered for theft cases. The punishment awarded for other crimes included beheading, mutilation of the offending limbs of the body, torture and imprisonment and imposition of fines. The entire kingdom was called Mandalam. Mandalam was divided into Nadus. Kurm was subdivision of Nadu. The Ur was a village classified into Perur, Serur and Modur, depending upon its population, size and antiquity. Patinam was a name for a coastal town and Puhar was a general term for harbour town. Let us know the important towns of Sangam age. Puhar, Urayur, Korkai, Madurai, Musiri, Vanji or Karur and Kanji. Let us discuss about Tinai-based Sangam society. The land form was divided into 5 Tinais. Ecoregion, that is Tinai, landscape, occupation, people and deity. First one is Kurinji, Palmria flower, hunting or gathering, Kurevar or Kuratiyar, Murugan. Next one is Mullai, forest region, herding, Ayar or Aichiyar, Mayon. Next one is Marudam, riverine tract, that is plains, agriculture, Ulavan or Ulatiyar, Indiran. Neidal, coastal region, fishing or salt making, Paratavar or Nulatiyar, Varunan. Palai, parched land, heroic deeds, Maravar or Maratiyar, Kotravai. Status of women. There was no restriction for women in social life. There were learned and wise women. 40 women poets had lived and left behind their valuable works. Marriage was a matter of self-choice. However, chastity was considered the highest virtue of women. Sons and daughters had equal shares in their parents' property. Religious beliefs and social divisions. The primary deity of the Tamils were Seyon or Murugan. Other gods worshipped during Sangam period were Sivan, Mayon, Indiran, Varunan and Kottavai. The hero stone Natukal worshipped was in practice. Buddhism and Jainism also coexisted. The ancient Tamils had a great respect for the heroes who died in the battlefield. The hero stones were erected to commemorate heroes who sacrificed their lives in war. Dress and ornaments. The rich people wore muslin, silk and fine cotton garments. The common people wore 2 pieces of clothes made of cotton. The Sangam literature refers to clothes which were thinner than the skin of a snake. Women adorned their hair plaits with flowers. Both men and women wore a variety of ornaments. They were made of gold, silver, pearls, precious stones, conch shells and beads. The people were fond of using aromatic perfumes. There are many references to variety of musical instruments such as drum, flute and yal. Karigalan was master of 7 notes of music. Erisai Vallavan. Singing bats were called Panar and Vralayar. Dancing was performed by Kannigayar. Kothu, that is folk drama, was the most important cultural practice of the people of Sangam age. They developed the concept of Muttamil, that is Iyal, Isai, Nadagam. Let us know their occupation. The major occupations of the people were agriculture, cattle rearing, fishing and hunting. Other craftsmen like carpenter, blacksmith, goldsmith and potters were also part of the population. Weaving was the most common part-time occupation of the farmers and a regular full-time job for many others. Festivals and entertainments. People celebrated several festivals. The harvest festival, Pongal, and the festival of spring, Kartigai, were some of them. Indiravizha was celebrated in the capital. There were many amusements and games. This included dances, festivals, bullfights, cockfights, dice, hunting, wrestling and playing in swings. Children played with the toy cart and with the sand houses made by them. Trade. Trade existed at 3 levels: local, overland and overseas. Warehouses for storing the goods were built along the coast. The chief ports had lighthouses which were called Kalangarai Ilangu Sudar. Caravans of merchants carried their merchandise to different places in oxen-driven carts. Barter system was prevalent. There were 2 kinds of markets or bazaars in the leading cities like Puhar and Madurai. Major ports: Musiri, Tondi, Korkai. Main exports: salt, pepper, pearls, ivory, silk, spices, diamonds, saffron, precious stones, muslin, sandalwood. Main imports: topaz, tin, wine, glass, horses. Calabras. Towards the end of the 3rd century AD, the Sangam period slowly went into a decline. Following the Sangam period, the Calabras had occupied the Tamil country for about 2.5 centuries. We have very little information about Calabras. They left neither artifacts nor monuments, but there is evidence of their rule in literary texts. The literary sources for this period include Tamil Navalar Saridai, Yapergalam and Periya Puranam. Sivaka Sindamani and Kundalakesi were also written during this period. In Tamilagam, Jainism and Buddhism became prominent during this period. Introduction of Sanskrit and Prakrit languages had resulted in the development of a new script called Vattayeluthu. Many works under 17 Girkanakku were composed. Trade and commerce continued to flourish during this period. So the Calabra period is not a dark age as it is portrayed.
Now we have come to the end of the session, children. Yes, up to this we have completely learned detail about the Sangam age. Yes or no? So, what is Sangam age and what are the literary sources, and also we saw about the different types of coins, monuments, and also the manuscripts. Then we saw about the three great kings, that is the Chera, Cholas, and also the Pandyas. Then we saw about the administrative system and also the socio-economic conditions. So I think everyone are clear with this. So please go through the lesson, yes, and study the book back answers. Clear, children? Yes. Thank you.